Hey team, I hope you guys are enjoying your Wellness Wednesday. As you can see, I am comfortably at home, enjoying my family, and unfortunately still doing some work, but it's just really good to be at home. Um, I've decided to do a video instead of sending an email because sometimes it's just best for you to just hear the idea instead of me trying to type up everything. But something came to me when we were discussing the idea of just having a fifth grade um, meeting, parent meeting. And instead of just having, and I'm just, so this video, the purpose of this video is just to throw out an idea of possibly having a parent student data conference. And instead of just having a fifth grade meeting to sort of just talk about behavior and discipline and all of those pieces, I want to have an intermediate school student and parent data meeting. So on last year, if you guys remember, we started having the data conferences with our students, and we had them to fill out their LEAP scores, their ANET scores, report card data, and what else? And STAR data on this one data form. Well, what I would like to do is to actually have a parent student data night. Possibly a suggested date could be September the 11th on a Wednesday, where we have PD, but then the parents come about 4:30, 5 o'clock, third through fifth grade. We start out the night with just all of the parents and students in the auditorium. I'm sort of talking about the overall test scores, and so presenting to them the overall STAR data, the LEAP data from our current students in their grade levels, truly talking about systems work of why we have intervention blocks, why we have, ARC in place, why we have ZERN in place, what are the intentions of those classes, and then also talking about the core classes and elective classes. While I'm doing that, I'll introduce you guys, but then you could possibly go up to your classrooms and prepare for your homeroom class. And what will happen once I go through the whole spiel of this is what we're trying to do. We have to move and grow students. These are some goals for intermediate school. So now you'll have the opportunity to go to your child's homeroom class and have a student teacher data meeting, basically with the parent and the child. And it's the beginning of the school year. So what I envision happening is that as a team, we have a PowerPoint presentation that we create where it's truly like we're walking the parent and the child through the process of filling out the data that they need for that particular data card. And so I know right now the only data we have is LEAP data and the STAR data. But what would it, and I just think how powerful it could be if we have the parent and the child sit down together and they fill out this form together. Before we even get to report cards, before we even get to A1, ANET Assessment 1, before we even get to anything else. They have the STAR data and the LEAP data. And so what they're sitting down to say is this is a partnership that what types of goals can you set together while you're sitting with your child. So it's something for the child. For me, it is. I think it'll be significant for the parent to actually sit with the child and say, oh my God, my child is in the fourth grade. And what does this 2.5 mean under GE on the STAR data? And we can say that this is grade level equivalency. That means that your child is currently in the fourth grade, but this is the level in which they're reading, or this is the level in which they're performing in math. And we want to make sure you understand that at the end of the year, your child will be taking the LEAP test on grade level. It won't be on second grade level. And I feel like we can have a intimate conversation with our homeroom parents and teachers and parents and students right then and there, and have them to sit there and say, so now you have to set goals with your child. What are you going to do at home, and what do you feel like your child can do here at school to ensure that they're growing and doing better? Now, even before progress reports and report cards come out, how do you set the tone for what you expect to see for their first report card? How do you set the tone for what you expect to see for their first ANET assessment? And then this is just our initial conversations of, we really don't have time to entertain discipline. We really have to focus on academics. So when we're calling you and we're saying that such and such is not focused, is not paying attention, then I feel like the parent can be more receptive to, oh, no, they really don't have time to play, because we had that data meeting and I saw for myself what level my child is performing. So at home, when we're encouraging you to read for 30 minutes, this is why. I just want to throw that idea out there of, are you guys game for at least having that parent-student conference, possibly on September the 11th? What it will mean for us is to, first and foremost, we have data sheets, forms for them to fill out, but it will mean for us to, as a team, to get the individual to just have data folders prepared when they come to the classroom. So it will mean for us it will mean that we will need to work together to get the individualized LEAP data sheet, which is easy. We can pull that. It will mean for us to pull the individualized STAR data and put it in that folder. It will mean that as a team, we will work on, someone could create the PowerPoint presentation that we can flow through. Every classroom is flowing through the same PowerPoint presentation. It would mean that we have the opportunity to be proactive instead of reactive. It will mean additional documentation for what we're trying to do to grow and move students. So I think it could be powerful to have a parent-student conference. I'm suggesting September the 11th, a Wednesday, when we're not there like all day with the kids. We have some PD happening, but then we're okay with getting our classes straightened up again, for the parents to come back at 5, and then possibly serving dinner. I can see if we can have a spaghetti dinner prepared for them after they do the data conference. They go to the cafeteria, get dinner, and go home, or something like that. But I just wanted to just share my idea. It came up for me. I really, when I say that we have to do things out of the box or think outside of the box in order to get in more parental involvement, but also to shift the tone around academic excellence. I want to send that message that we're truly focused on academic excellence and growing our students, but we have to have a partnership with our parents in order to do it. So, I'm going to send this video via email. Respond to the email. Let me know what you think. Any ideas that pop up for you, like, yeah, Ms. Ross, I want to be, I'll help create the PowerPoint with you. We're game for it, but we do need a consensus from pretty much everybody to say that, yeah, I'm willing to stay after school. And what I want to do is get it approved by you guys first, so that at back to school night, when parents do come back, we can give them another invitation to our intermediate school parent student conference, and that it is mandatory, and we will address discipline, or we can talk about discipline. But I also want to put in the parents' face that I'm not just calling you because the child is acting up. I'm calling you because I need to show you your child's performance level. And this is the reason why we cannot just excuse every single time your child wants to just yell out in the classroom. I feel like a lot of times we don't give the parents the data that they need or the information that they need so that they can help hold their child accountable. We tell them when they act up, but we also don't necessarily tell them your child is performing on the second grade level. We got to work together to move and grow your child. Like, that's your child's reality. How do we partner together? And then this one, and so my thought is that this is not just the only one. This will be the first parent-student conference night. And then we move on and we have another one possibly after, maybe in November, closer to December, after the first report card, after the first A1. So the predictions and the goals that y'all made for A1, did it come to fruition? What did you do differently at home? What can we do differently now? Because A2 is coming up in January or February. So some of those things. I want us to continue this instead of focusing on other things. I think it'll be great to just focus on academics. So shoot me an email, text, tell me what you think. I'm suggesting September the 11th because I want to be proactive and early as possible instead of reactive. And if you're interested in serving on the planning committee for this, let me know. And I don't want to lead this. I want the teachers to lead this work because you are doing the work and you're doing an awesome job. And so I appreciate you every day, coming in every day, giving me your all, giving our children your all. I know it's not easy. I see it on your faces, but I am truly, truly grateful for the work that you are putting in. It is hard work. It's a lot of work, but we're going to do it together. That's it. So let me know what you think about that idea and some things that come up for you. Or we can talk about it in your one-on-ones because we do have one-on-one conferences coming up starting on tomorrow morning. All right. Thanks. Have a good evening. I'm about to go outside and play with my boys.